I told you. I called it a week before launch that Project Epoch launch was going to be a shit show. I didn't expect it to be this bad. I gave them credit to thinking, oh, the first day is going to be weird. Maybe by the second or third day it'll level out. It's been over a week. It's been a week. And Project Epoch is still not come out as of this recording. I mean, it could come out tomorrow and I'd be like, oh shit, this whole video has whatever. But you know what? It'll come out anyway for historical purposes. So the reason why I'm making this video is that Project Epoch had a disastrous launch for good reasons. Okay, I'm not laughing at them in terms of haha, you guys suck, right? No, this is a good thing. That it's good and bad. It's a double-edged sword. Why is it good? Because it shows interest. It shows that a ton of people want to play Project Epoch. So the interest, that is good. What's bad is that no one really got to play. I think like a handful of people got to play, but also on the downside is there was like an exploit people found, and they were getting like 15 and beyond gold by like level 10 or something like that, which is ridiculous. So there's definitely a question of whether they're going to wipe everything for a fresh start when they do relaunch, but how are they going to relaunch? That's this video. So switching over to this right here. As you know, for the last few days, multiple members of our team have been focused on porting our servers and infrastructure to Linux for many reasons. Now, I don't know the difference between Mac, Windows, Linux. I don't give a fuck. I've always used Windows, so I'm always going to use Windows. I don't know what benefits, what differences Linux has. I don't know anyone who uses Linux. I've never even seen a Linux. I've seen a Mac once. I've never even seen a Linux. Don't they have like a penguin or logo or something? I don't know. But anyway, so I don't know why they're switching over, but that's what they're going to be doing. Over the last few days, we've been performing tests with player bots. We've had great success. Player bots, in this context, are just to test active connections. They are very dumb and stand in place, meant to test and overload and track down the issues we've been having the last few days. Our best bot test peaked at 9.2K players online. Keep in mind, this does not translate to real players, but this number is still very promising. The reason it stopped at 9.2 is because Magic's home internet connection didn't like the number of packets it was sending, and it went out for a few minutes. Also, he'll probably get into it. I kind of breezed over it, so I didn't get to read the full thing. But another thing to note is that he did emphasize that these bots are standing still and not doing anything. So this is not including actions, checks, all that kind of technical stuff, right? Because you're going to have people going on there, they're going to be looting stuff, they're going to be killing stuff, interacting with NPCs, interacting with the world, and the server needs to identify and check all these players at the same time. It needs to check, are you on this quest? It needs to check, do you have this item to progress with this quest? It needs to check, can you mine this ore node? Are you the right level? Do you have the tool to do it? So you're having all this stuff go on. So in that case, I would say, even if it was able to run 9,000, let's take out those 200, even if it was able to run the 9,000 players standing still, no problems, 60 FPS, everybody's running great, no problems, that's still not accounting for all the checks, all of the having to determine where a spell or an attack is on the server versus the client, and then sending it out to all of the other clients so they can see what the other players are doing. So there's still a lot of testing that would need to go into this. Anyway, we recently put up Kazan on our new Linux setup with partitions disabled, and it was our best test yet. Connections did not start hanging even as population went down to 3,960. Meaning we are confident this problem is now resolved, or at least significantly diminished. This is our worst case scenario test without map partitions of the world, essentially running on 2 CPU threads, not 10. The crash that occurred at the end was our first real crash caused by custom content. We are genuinely happy to see real content crash because that's easy. Now that's something we can fix in a matter of minutes at the most. The goal is now to get partitions working on our Linux build and to fix issues with the login queuing system causing major performance issues that have now been confirmed. This isn't specific to operating systems. This has been much needed morale boost for the team, and we of course want to get this all in your hands as soon as possible. The vibes are now exceedingly good. This gives us the go-ahead in all provisioning hardware needed and converting our main big server to Debian with the aim of getting you guys in ASAP. With this, we can now move ahead more formally. I read that ahead of time. We can now move more With this, we can now more formally move ahead with some conversations on how we and our community want us to handle this full proper switch back on. Had a little bit of reading dyslexia there at the end, but you get the point. They've been testing the hell out of this, they're confident in the direction, and they're getting ready to move forward with it. So, in the event that something changes, a new post pops up or whatever, and this video is slightly out of date, I will post it in the comment below, pinned everything of what the update is. Now, that's only going to be for the next couple of days until this video comes out. After that, I'm making a new video. So, until then, if you want to keep up to date with what's going on with Project Epoch, Turtle WoW, Revelation WoW, all those private servers, make sure you like this video and subscribe to keep up to date. I cover news, I do gameplay, I do streams, all that stuff. And sometimes I do just random World of Warcraft ranting videos, which seems to be a fan favorite when I go on rants. So, I will see you guys later.